Peru News Today, all you need to know about Peru.
Vicente Zeballos' cabinet swore in the palace. These are the changes in the new ministers. President Martín Vizcarra heads the swearing-in ceremony of the new Council of Ministers, renewed after the departure of Salvador del Solar, due to the refusal, as interpreted by the government, of the question of trust he raised before Congress. The new Council of Ministers, chaired by former Congressman Vicente Zeballos, swore this afternoon at the government palace before President Martín Vizcarra, who made his first appearance after the dissolution of Congress last Monday. The changes in the cabinet took place after the departure of Salvador del Solar, caused by, as the government interpreted, the refusal of the question of trust raised before Congress, which led to the dissolution of it. This was the ceremony 1207. The first to swear in his position was the new foreign minister, Gonzalo Mezacuadra. The diplomat, who had been serving as ambassador of Peru to the United Nations Organization, UN, replaces Nestor Popolizio. 1209. The second to swear was retired General Walter Martos Ruiz as Minister of Defense. Replaces Minister Jorge Moscoso Flores. 1211. The economist Maria Antonieta Alba swears her position as Minister of Economy and Finance. Take the post of Carlos Oliva, who resigned shortly after the dissolution of Congress. 1213. Carlos Moran swears as Minister of the Interior, a position he has been holding since October last year. He is one of the ratified ministers. 1215. Martín Vizcarra took an oath to Ana Teresa Revilla as Minister of Justice. The portfolio was vacant since last Monday, when the then incumbent, Vicente Zeballos, swore as the new president of the Council of Ministers. 1216. Flor Pablo swears again as Minister of Education. She is another member of the previous cabinet that will continue to lead her ministry. 1218. Zulema Tomas also repeats as Minister of Health. He had been leading the MINSA since January of this year, after the resignation of Silvia Pesa. 1219. Jorge Montenegro swears as Minister of Agriculture and Irrigation. He replaces Fabiola Munoz in office. 1221. Sylvia Caceres returns to swear as Minister of Labor and Employment Promotion. She was ratified in the position she has held since December 2018. 1222. Rosio Barria swears again his position as Minister of Production. The position belongs to her since March of this year. 1224. Edgar Vasquez swears for the second time before the President as Minister of Foreign Trade and Tourism. He originally assumed the position in December of last year. 1226. Juan Carlos Liu swears as Minister of Energy and Mines. He is the successor of Francisco Ismodes in the position. 1228. Edmar Trujillo swears for the second time as Minister of Transportation and Communications. In his case, he had been Minister of Housing between July 2016 and September 2017, with Pedro Pablo Kaczynski as President, and Minister of Transport and Communications between March 2018 and April 2019, and with Martín Vizcarra as head of state. 1230. Rodolfo Yanez is the new Minister of Housing, Construction and Sanitation. He swore the position that was previously Miguel Estrada. 1231. Former Congresswoman Gloria Montenegro is ratified as Minister of Women and Vulnerable Populations. The position, which he swore again this afternoon, is hers since March of this year. 1232. Fabiola Munoz is again Minister of the Environment, replacing Lucia Ruiz. The position she swore this afternoon had already been his between April 2018 and March 2019, when she became Minister of Agriculture and Irrigation, since she held until the resignation of Salvador del Solar to the presidency of the Council of Ministers last Monday. 1234. The tenor Francesco Petrozzi, former congressman of Fuerza Popular 2016-18 and the Liberal Bank 2018-19, swears as the new Minister of Culture. He replaces Luis Jaime Castillo in office. 1236. Jorge Melendez, former Peruvian congressman for the Cambio, swears again as Minister of Development and Social Inclusion, replacing Paola Bustamante. He had already held the position between January and April 2018. With his oath, the new cabinet is complete. 1239. After receiving the applause from those attending the ceremony, outgoing ministers approach and greet their successors. This concludes the swearing-in of the new Council of Ministers, chaired by Vicente Zeballos.
Visit at www.perunewstoday.com. Also follow on Facebook and Twitter.